G'day, people. We're looking at day 3 of the uh, lemon fast and lemon water fast. And I had a funny comment from one of the people that made a comment. And this is my lemon lemon apple cider vinegar mukbang. So here it goes. Ugh. So, now that fuck bang video is over, fuck, those fuck bang, mukbang videos, like, it just reeks of, just no one's got any artistic, there's a lot of channels that do, a lot of channels making great stuff, but, all these ones doing mukbang and things like that, they're just, reaching to the bottom of the bucket for content. There's such a wide world out there, so much stuff to talk about, but anyway. Where I'm sort of on is day 3 of the lemon water fast, and what it consists of. Each day I've been having just water throughout the day, and I've just been adding lemon juice, and in the morning there's usually probably half a lemon left on the counter, or in the evening there's probably about half a lemon left. And then I just scoop out the flesh and put that in the drink too. This morning I'd added a little bit of apple cider vinegar. It could be a bit of pseudoscience there, but it seems to get a fair bit of press, and it seems to get a fair bit of press, and it's worth a shot. So I've just introduced that. It doesn't taste the greatest, but I'm looking forward to my next lemon drink. But I'm feeling fantastic. I'm sharp, I'm articulate. No signs of hunger down into day 3, and I'm into 104 category. So absolutely rapt about that. Now, taking off from my video yesterday, I touched on the fact that humans have evolved over millions of years, and we evolved to eat a particular diet. It's only, in the last perhaps 50 years that our dietary habits have been changed so radically. And I introduced into the last video that everything you knew about food and diet was wrong. And the reason for that is it's all driven by the dollar. And that's part of my protest about what happens on YouTube. I always question a channel's integrity if there's, motivated by money and views and clicks, likes, shares. But with that said, there's some honourable businesses, and an example would be I came out pretty hard against Joe Best. I was, saying fuck you and your, infomercials, selling your retreat and things like that, and but ultimately, and what I do believe is I believe in a shout out for your business and then refer them to a website. But who am I to criticise people on how they run their business? And I had a bit of a think about it retrospectively, and it's a pretty honourable thing. That guy's battled probably, similar to me, those same food addictions, this, that, and the other. It's a battle. The level of discrimination that you have to put up with when you're a big guy, is probably akin to racism. So, I really changed my mind. I was pretty adamant, and I just, started my second fast, and I was thinking, how can you fucking sell water? It'd be like selling ice to the Eskimos. And I'm sure Joe's a good salesman, but, what people will benefit from is in a retreat like Joe's, is that Joe's probably going to be able to relate to those people that have, been through those same struggles, and it's very important when you're fasting to be in a, environment that's conducive to fasting. It's no point going to work and, having everyone eating their lunch and snacks and this, that, and the other around you. There's just too much temptation, and, you don't want to trigger those saliva glands. It's very hard when you watch TV or the YouTube and you see, some food going down. So, that's on that. So I think I'm a supporter of what he's doing, and, I think it's brave in a way that he's sort of, coming out and, pushing this low-calorie diet. And I believe it's the only way to go. And I mentioned before that everything that you know about food and diet, and perhaps even exercise is all wrong. And the reason for that is that it's driven by, the dollar. It's consumerism, where we've been programmed. How my parents ate 50 years ago, or however long it was, is extremely different to how we eat today. How I ate probably as a child is probably very different to how my children eat now. And let's hope in the future, that changes once again, for the sake of the environment. Now, with all that said, back in, my parents' day, you probably would have been booted out the door with an apple in hand and don't come back until it's dinner time, okay? Now, that was that apple probably would have broken the fast or whatever, given them a little bit of sugar high throughout, get them through the day. Not that you need it. And then you came home and you had your dinner, and it's only through the marvels of sort of modern medicine that people are living so long these days. But what we're going to see within our generation is the lifespan of people, dramatically reducing again because of the modern diet. So these days we're programmed to, eat, breakfast, lunch, dinner, and then you've got other people pushing diets where you're snacking all day, this, that, and the other. It is all absolutely bullshit, okay? And you only have to, they're selling you breakfast cereal, they're selling you lunch, they're selling you dinner, they're selling you snacks, they're selling you a diet, they're selling you an exercise program. Then aesthetics comes into it, whereby, you have to look a certain way and, this, that, and the other, and, then you've got to eat all this food, to get to that state. That's even all wrong. Now, I've been doing, this is my second fast, my first fast went 6 days. I'm trying to go 7 days this time, and really trying to sort of get under that 100 kilo mark. So pretty confident with that. My experience with fasting is my cousin has fasted quite often. He's a big fan. He did a 12-day fast or whatever he did, and got some great results, and just radically changed how he looked before and after. And I was like, wow, that's impressive. And his testimony, and someone who I trusted, was just further proof that, hey, this is something worth looking at. Did a little bit of research myself, blah blah blah, and I came into this diet. Now, from what I've done on my own, and I've come to my own conclusions. I've done a fair bit of research, and everything that I offer here is always going to be bro science. And I love bro science. I haven't got time for a lot of these scientific studies. I can't understand half the shit they're writing in there anyway. So, it's a lot of it goes over my head. But I can get the gist of it, and that's I'd like to think I'm an intelligent guy. Just work it out. But I've come up with my own theories, and I mentioned in the last video that, we only have to look, to our, not too distant cousins, and we look at primates and, their existence. They typically existed, in a range. So, they would have a certain area that they would cover, and, the way in which they eat, they'd probably, be just pretty much on the hunt for, food all day. And, they ate whatever they could get their hands on. And that's the fact of the matter. And if there wasn't any fruit in the trees, they're probably getting ants to the ground and, looking under some rocks and things like that. And, occasionally they did eat meat. So, I'm not a person that's going to come out and hammer people for eating meat. I see any reduction in anyone's behaviour in the consumerism of meat beneficial towards the environment. Now, if they're never going to go vegan, I'd rather have them reduce their meat intake as a starting point. And what it'll also do is change their, attitude. So in the future, it's going to be easier, for this sort of vegan diet to come through. Now, even with my own experience, and a lot of us who came to the vegan diet for health reasons, we understand that a vegan diet is greatly beneficial to our health. And we've all experienced that. But there's one diet that's better than the vegan diet, and that's the fast. Now, when you fast, it basically heals the body. So it's like a swimming pool. Okay, you want to keep on chucking food in that pool. 3 times a day. You're just going to load up that system, and it's going to clog it up. It's going to make it dirty. It's going to make it sick, and it's going to ultimately pollute the water. Now, that would be different if you put plant-based foods in that pool. Okay, and it's going to be healthier, but what the body needs is an opportunity and time to recover. So just let that water filter through, just to clean the system, and that's basically what's happening on the fast. There's quite a lot of science behind fasting that we don't know everything about. But at the bottom of my page, where you can see my liked videos, where you can see me singing with the kids, I've also linked some fasting videos for you that I encourage you to have a look at. Now, on my own theories about fasting, obviously we would have eaten everything that we could have got our hands on, but the way in which I believe it would have been fast or famine. So, or feast or famine. So, we would have come across a fruit tree, stripped it bare, ate as much as we could, then took as much as we could with us, and then, go and relax somewhere and just exert the least amount of energy possible, and, just relax and, form those social networks and things like that. So, based on that, and if we can retrospectively say, okay, the diet that we evolved over millions of years to eat was predominantly a vegan diet, it's no wonder that when we return to a vegan diet in 2016, we start to, begin to enjoy optimal health, and our bodies recover from, the damage that we've done on our previous sad diets. Now, further to that, if we could consider that it's a feast or a famine situation, our bodies, evolved over millions of years to, eat like that. Now I suggest that, we would have gone, perhaps days without eating. There would have been, longer periods, and I think the human could survive up to 128 days on, particular types of fast. It's not advisable, but, if it's a matter of survival, and, that's what we are all about. And, we're here as a result of being survivors. And also those who discriminate against the fatties, you can thank us for, getting you here to this point, because it's our ability to retain that fat, that we had those energy stores to last through famines, droughts, fires, floods, and we're here today as a result. And also our bodies have an ability to work very efficiently and store that fat. Now, getting a bit lost there, but now back on to what we've evolved and how we've evolved to eat is fasting, and particularly intermittent fasting. Longer fast periods are questionable. I think they're beyond. It's just basically a healing process. If you're looking to gain muscle, this, that, and the other, it's certainly not the way to go. For me, it's a matter of cleansing the body, healing the body, and rejuvenating the mind, and building new neural pathways and so forth. And if you look into my videos, I could give you some bro science about that, but it's all a bit over my head. I understand it, but I can't relate it to you. But when we revert, it's no wonder that when we revert to the way in which we evolved to eat over millions of years and include fasting in our diet, that our health is going to benefit. There's and when you're fasting, it's just, you understand that you do not need to be eating so much food a day. Like, I was, addicted to food, but, whether I was eating through my own problems, out of boredom, depression, whatever. But ultimately, the ADHD. But ultimately it's only consumerism that's, driving us to eat this much, and as a result we're seeing, all these sort of, cancers, type 2 diabetes, we're becoming, very obese. Now, it's makes absolutely no sense that if you want to lose weight, like, you know, you should be eating, you know, high, carving the fuck up, and, you know, eating copious amounts of food. You're just not going to, you know, lose weight. We only need to look at the Julia Boer example to see that she's put on 50 kilos on the Raw Till 4 diet by smashing it in. Now, I think where Harley's advice goes wrong, it makes absolute perfect scientific sense that if you're going to be a cyclist, you're fit, healthy, you're smashing out the Ks, you know, that diet's, you know, a great diet. You're certainly going to, if you're in the Tour de France, you're going to use all that, you know, energy. But if you're living a fairly sedentary lifestyle, like the majority of us are, or you're not, you know, exercising, you know, to those extremes, you know, you're perhaps only enjoying some moderate exercise, and, you know, you've got, you know, obligations, children, work, this, that, and the other, you know, it's not going to work for you. Now, the last time I lost weight was when I reversed type 2 diabetes, and particularly when I was measuring it, I started dating a girl, I was 109, and then by the end of it I was 98. So, and that was over a period of probably around 6 months. Now, that's a long time to, you know, wait to reverse type 2 diabetes. It's a long time to wait to, you know, reverse this fat and this visceral fat around your organs that's, you know, making you sick and, you know, damaging your health. So what I encourage you to do is fast. It's the only way to bring those blood sugar levels down. I'm a massive fan that the benefits that I'm enjoying, the clarity of mind that I'm experiencing, I can't speak highly enough about it, and I'm just a big fasting fanboy at the moment, and yeah, like it just makes sense to, you know, you see, oh, I lost 10 kilos over 6 months, you know, well, you know, you can probably lose that in 10 days, so that would be the preferable option, because you've got to get your weight down as quickly as possible, you know, till you can get into your ideal weight range. You know, don't worry about any atrophy of the muscles. That will all come back, you know. But what I would encourage most people to do is, you know, just look at the health benefits of intermittent fasting, okay? And I might leave that for another video because this one's dragging on. I hope this one makes some sense and it's just not some more lemon apple cider vinegar fuck bang video. Okay, thanks.